Yeah. There's all these fancy machine learning people, but the folks that are running the compute, the infrastructure, basically that make sure the shit doesn't go down. They're like wizards, and they're essential.
Very incredible, like, vertical of job. And obviously, I'm using a very broad term to describe, I'm sure, like a bunch, because making sure stuff doesn't go down. You could also say that's like an SRE, right? Site reliability engineer, whatever, the ones that wear the bomber jackets at Google. And so when we say DevOps, I think people get very particular about terms specifically in this category. They're like, well, actually, you're mentioning infrastructure engineer versus site reliability engineer. Yeah. It's just like, okay, yes, I hear you. But generally, when someone thinks DevOps, they think somebody that manages the servers and their life cycles and the reliability. There's DevOps. Is it real? I'm not sure.
Okay.
Did Vercel kill DevOps?
Question mark?
Question mark?
Wow, you're almost a journalist. That's a headline. Let's go back to the beginning.
All right.
Baby Prime. So you mentioned Netflix.
I worked at Netflix, by the way.
For people who don't know who the Primogen is, he mentions the fact that he has been very successful and has worked at Netflix in basically every other sentence.
Correct. Almost as much as I mentioned NeoVim.
Oh, great. Tell me more about NeoVim. No, please don't. So, Baby Prime, at the very beginning, you've had one hell of a life. And I think it's inspiring to a lot of people. You've gone through a lot of painful low points. And like you mentioned, you've come out of that to become a successful programmer and a person that inspires a huge number of people to get into programming and just to find success in life. So maybe I would love it if you laid out just your whole life journey from the beginning.
So I guess if we're going to start with this whole journey, I think it's probably best to start when I was about 4 or 5 years old. That was the first time I was ever exposed to pornography. And it's kind of just earwormed me.